Today we're doing the finishing touches on my brother's kitchen. Just recently you saw the almost finished result of the kitchen, but there were a few things left to do that we're going to try to finish today. Well, between today and tomorrow. The kitchen is currently like this. Here are my parents.
Hello?
Working on it. I literally just got here. It's like I just put on my jacket and we're about to start. Some arrive, others leave. And we have several new things that I've been working on these mornings with my dad related to electrical stuff. I'm going to show you because they're really cool. Mom, since you've been here, tell us about it.
I installed the LED light. What do you think?
Wow.
Yes or no?
Impressive. No, it doesn't fit. Really cool. They change a lot with indirect light. Very, very beautiful. We were just talking about how we were going to put the LED strip there. And if you notice, they've put it like this on the side, but at first my brother wanted it to go above the shelves. But they've been thinking about it, right, Mom? And you've seen it.
Well, let's see what he thinks. Let's see how it looks here. But I like it, you know? I like it on the side. It looks good.
It looks really beautiful because the stone shines a lot. It gives it that kind of texture, right, that we were looking for. And the whole thing looks spectacular, you know? Really, 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 really beautiful. It just looks so different to me, you know?
That's not all, you know. The range hood. Wow.
Impressive. Aha, it works, huh?
It also has the range hood. Another detail.
What else, Mom?
What else? What else is there?
The hood is connected.
The range hood already has the connection up top.
For the dishwasher, it already has power.
Okay, is the dishwasher working now?
The power works. The water issue is still pending. I haven't had time, but now I just need to connect the water supply and drain. It also has a dishwasher now.
Super advanced, right? Yes. One of the reasons we hadn't closed the ceiling above was precisely because of the range hood.
The range hood. We had to finish connecting the exhaust to the duct connected to the exhaust fan. And now it's ready, so we can close the upper part.
We'll do the trim, right?
Exactly. Also, the paint has already arrived and it's exactly the same color as the kitchen. So it's going to look amazing because you'll see the kitchen all the way up to the ceiling. That's going to make the kitchen look so much bigger with an incredible height. So, well, that's what we're going to do today. Among other things, because we also want to finish that stonework. I mean, we want to properly install the LED strip, add the finishing touch with acrylic caulk and paint it. And with that, the kitchen will be pretty much finished. The truth is, we have very little left to finish. This is my brother's living and dining area. And when we finish it, we're going to take a pretty long break. Why? I don't know if you remember, but all of my brother's rooms have textured walls and moisture problems. And quite a lot, actually. So, we're not going to do this whole process ourselves. My brother will be doing it on the weekends. And during the week when he gets off work. So this is going to take quite a while. It's going to take some time. Once he has that done, he'll have to install it, the floor, and then we'll step in to continue with the rooms. We still need to figure out exactly how that's going to be and everything else. We might help him finish this bedroom first, where he'll be sleeping. But once we have that one done, all the others like the walk-in closet, library and all that can wait because those will take a while. So we'll take a pretty long break so he has time to do all the work on the walls and the floor. We're not going to do it ourselves because the videos would be very repetitive. It's basically the same thing we've already done. We've done it 50,000 times, so we'll let him handle it gradually. So when we have this whole area of the living room, dining room and kitchen finished, we'll have a little break before we continue with the bedrooms. Here, when we did the kitchen, we really messed up. Well, it was a big mistake. We said that this line had to match up, but honestly, since we were so extremely busy at that time, we just forgot. I mean, the kitchen. We cut it and just boom, we stuck it on quickly. And of course, it's true that a lot of followers have told us that the line doesn't match up. Since we have some leftover scraps, let's see how well they coordinate with these pieces. Because of course, it's also difficult since they're separate pieces and all, so we have to see if they match up. And if we see that any of these look better, we'll take out the one that's there and change it. We'll replace it.
For example, the stripe is wider here and narrower here. This one had to go diagonally.
Let's see. Turn it around. Let's see if it works the other way. Let's see.
It's the same one. Look, see, it matches this one. Here it does. Look, here it does match. Here it doesn't anymore. This is complicated. It's very complicated.
I don't know, but I don't think it looks very...
No, we're not doing anything.
It's just that if we put the other one on, it's going to look exactly the same. I think it's going to look just like what we have now.
That it's going to look the same.
Let's see. Try turning it around again just in case we find something. Yes, down here. It matches, but here.
It no longer matches in the middle or on this one. I mean, it actually looks even worse.
Yeah, that's true. Where it matches the least is up here, but everything else matches pretty well. Okay, to cover the top part, how are we going to do it? Well, just like we did in the villa. My brother bought these trim pieces that we're going to cut to size and put all around the perimeter. That's how we coordinate. I write down the measurements like this on the sheet, my mom makes the cuts outside, then she brings it in, I glue it, and that's how we coordinate. Let's go. We're taking a short break to eat. My mom already brought the food, and it's right here.
Prepared food?
Well, yes.
You want some, right?
Some cold lentils like this so that, well, now that it's really hot, and honestly, it's really sunny. Look at all the sunshine on the terrace, and it's clear that good weather has finally arrived.
The pool is outside and it's very hot.
Yes, it's really hot. By the way, these little plants, hey, they're super cute, huh? It's amazing. The garden is so beautiful, I love it. Also, since it's travertine, I find the bottom part fascinating. I mean, this garden fascinates me. I'm honestly in love with it. Since they get shade for quite a while, they're really nice. We already have everything measured. We just need this little piece here that my mom is measuring. And now we can start installing all the trim pieces and attaching the drywall. Once we have the drywall attached, then we move on to the finishing touches, which would be the drywall compound. And here on the stone, we need to apply acrylic caulk. First, we'll properly install the LED strip, which is currently just loosely placed. We'll glue the bottom part of the cabinet with adhesive. I've cleaned the tops of all the cabinets. I didn't show this because basically I just took the mop and cleaned everything up here. So we're going to glue this one down here, and the one on top we're going to screw in. But I'll put a few dots of adhesive on it so it holds and I can screw it in more easily.
It's fun when we're together. It's fun just hanging out. It's fun when you're around. There's nothing better. It's the best when we're together. The very best. Just hanging out.
Well, we've just come back from my parents' house where we picked up some supplies. We were missing this, and now we've also brought the paint. Although we won't be able to paint it today, not a chance, because of course we still have to do the finishing touches and everything. So let's finish gluing the ones we have left, which are just 3 little pieces. And with this, we'll just do the finishing touches and let it dry overnight. My mom and I were saying that it changes a lot once you put on the whole top part. It's like it looks custom made, right? Like the kitchen is built in, and that gives it a kind of luxury, doesn't it? It gives the kitchen a boost, it elevates it, okay.
When it's painted the same color as the cabinets, it'll seem like it's part of it. It'll look like...
It will look amazing. Well, we've already finished the trim on the top part. We're going to let it dry completely before applying the putty because, well, finishing touches take a really long time. Honestly, it's been pretty intense, although it's turning out super beautiful because I can see it from here. It looks gorgeous. Finishing touches are always something you don't take into account. You say, well, I'll finish it later and have it done in 5 minutes, but not at all. It's always the final touches that take the most time. And let's not say it only took us a little while. In fact, it's already 7 in the evening and we started early. But things always happen. Something always gets complicated, or then something else does. Anyway, with one thing or another, you know how renovations are. But well, we'll continue tomorrow. Well, here we are at my brother's apartment. We're going to continue with the upper part of the kitchen, which we left halfway done yesterday. I've been running up and down all morning. Well, it's been chaos, honestly, just chaos. I came alone and I don't think I've mentioned this in any video yet, but my grandmother has been hospitalized for about 2 weeks now. That's why I'm not posting content there at the villa, because we're at home so we can go visit her at the hospital and so my mom and dad can coordinate with my aunts and everything. The whole thing with the medication, everything that comes with being in the hospital. Right now my grandmother is doing well. The thing is that about 2 weeks ago she got up, she was going to open the blinds and suddenly she fell. She basically stayed on the floor and tried to call someone and everything, but she didn't have the phone nearby. Well, she'll explain it all herself anyway, how everything happened. But the thing is, when my parents went upstairs, they found her on the floor. And well, basically, she had broken her femur, an ambulance came, took her to the hospital, they operated on her urgently, it hurt a lot. Obviously, they had to put in a metal rod and everything. Now she's recovering. She was transferred from the mutual insurance hospital to another hospital. Now she's in a kind of rehabilitation area, so to speak, for elderly people. And well, she's fine, really eager to go back home. The truth is, as you know, my grandmother is very restless, very active. She is a super active person, and being seated for so long and, so to speak, not doing anything is really overwhelming her. But well, little by little, they've already said that recovery is quite slow. In fact, they say it will take 1 or 2 months to recover. And what they want is for my grandmother to practically walk out of there. So she still has a long way to go. And well, I'm telling you all this basically because of that today I'm alone, because both my mom and my dad are at the rehab center. So I came to finish it. Then in the afternoon, I go there to see her.
It's delicious. Let your mother try it. Try the migao.
Anyway, we're just coordinating it as best we can. And well, that being said, let's continue. Yesterday we left this just like this. It looks impressive. I didn't remember how it turned out. Here's the little plug for the light, and it looks so pretty. Now that it's dry, I'm going to bring the compound to finish where it meets the ceiling, and I'm also going to bring the acrylic caulk. Because the idea is to properly install this LED strip, taking down the whole setup and sticking it on, placing the stone correctly. And that way we can also do the finishing touches on the stone, since we need to adjust a couple of things. So let's get to it. Let's see it today. It doesn't take us long, because even so, well, we won't be able to finish it until tomorrow. Because we'll have to let the joint compound dry. But anyway, at least I want to get all the compound applied today.
I look out across the water. I smell the salt. I feel the breeze.
Now let's move on to the acrylic caulk to apply it on the bottom part.
Of my old home, Tennessee. Even though
Alright, we've got that done. Now let's move on to the stone area, where I have to take everything apart to attach the LED strip. I've attached the LED strip. I still have the little bit at the top, but I won't attach it fully until I paint that spot. It took me a bit of effort to put up the LED strip because, of course, when I placed the shelves, you could see the light underneath. Anyway, I had to do a bit of maneuvering, but well, it turned out really well. And then, when I put on the little trim that will cover the LED strip so that the light is indirect, it will look even better. Well, a lot of you said these shelves were thin. I said that too, but my brother wanted them to be the same color as the kitchen, so he decided they should be like this. I prefer the ones that are wider. The mounting at the back is basically the hooks, and once they're in place in 2 little holes, you just fit them in. And well, these are drawers that are more like the thickness of a shelf, but well, that's how he wanted it, so that's how we did it. I'm doing these finishing touches so I can also paint the stone next time. When he comes, which will probably be tomorrow, I'll get started with the stone, this one, with the top one, and with that we'll be done. Well, the kitchen is really far along, almost finished, I would say. But how things change once the finishing touches are done, it's truly amazing. It's crazy. This, for example, just with what we've just put in, it makes a huge difference. And now we have the second step, which is getting the finishing touches done. It turned out really well. Right now you can't really see how it will look because, well, the finishing touches, you know. It's like it has its own process, it takes time. Well, it looks kind of so-so right now, but once you give it the final touch, it looks spectacular. On one side, we have the stone completely finished with acrylic caulk. It still needs to be painted. I did some touch-ups on this wall, but I'm not sure one coat is enough. I don't think so, because this wall was pretty uneven, and we already have the whole upper part with joint compound and acrylic caulk. It still needs to dry, be sanded, get a second coat, and be painted. But we'll have to do all this tomorrow because we need to let it dry completely, and it's pretty sunny. In fact, it's quite hot, but I don't know if it'll be dry by this afternoon. I don't think so. I really doubt it. Anyway, I'm not going to stay here waiting for it to dry. I'm leaving and we'll come back tomorrow. Well, we're back here again at my brother's apartment. As you know, we put the first coat on all the upper parts of the trim we're making for the kitchen, and my brother put on the second coat yesterday, the second one. So today we can move on to sanding and painting. This already has the final layer of putty. Let's sand it.
Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding?
Alright, and I have the paint here, which is from Duracolor.
Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscious, different things in different ways. There must be love. There must be a reason, and a little bit of faith has got to.
I just have this little piece left here, this small corner, and then we can remove all the paper and start painting the stone. By the way, we told him, well, Ivan and I thought it looked really good. The stone painted in anthracite color, just like the color of the furniture. And my brother wasn't so sure about it. He thought it could look better, greyish. But it seems he's been thinking about it, and he was right here. He came to eat and then went back to work in that corner over there, the one that's anthracite color. The idea was for it to stand out and everything, but honestly I think with the anthracite color it will stand out just enough to catch your attention without being too much, if that makes sense. Now let's move on to the stone, which is what I'm most excited to paint, to be honest. I think it's going to make an amazing difference. It's easier to paint the stone with a brush than with a roller, because with the roller it's pretty complicated. It has so much texture everywhere that it gets tricky. So, with the brush, I kind of brush it a little bit, just going over it randomly, and honestly it paints much better this way. If I had a thicker brush, I imagine it would go faster, but honestly I didn't bring anything. I came running because I also had 1,000 things to do this morning, but I wanted to finish it today, no matter what. And well, except for waiting for the paint to dry, we already have the trim finished. Honestly, it looks amazing. I really like it. Now we'll turn on the light and see how it looks with the light on. What's left is, well, for it to dry, especially the stone that we just painted right now. We still need to paint the ceiling, the recessed light, and also the finishing touches here on some of the walls. This wall also needs to be painted. But hey, quite a lot of color, literally. Let's turn on the LED strip so we can see it lit up too. It's right here. Wow, that's so cool. It looks really nice. I don't know, I think it looks very elegant. The baseboard all the way up to the ceiling gives it that final finished touch. I love it. I really like it a lot. And well, the next thing will be the stone in the dining room, so you can already get a little idea of how the whole thing will look. But the stone will be painted grey. That's not completely decided yet, but it's most likely going to be grey. But anyway, we'll see all this and much more in upcoming episodes. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, and I'll see you very soon in upcoming videos. See you soon.